Today is December 14th, 2021. My name is Nicole Hartley Bradford. I'm inspired this morning to record this video to document from now on the happenings that are a part of my life. This morning, I was in a call with 4 other women, all single mothers, who live in Germany, Switzerland, Portugal, and I live in Canada. And we're brought together to empower each other to create what we call a single mother's bridge house. And at this point in time, the single mother's bridge house is located in each of our spaces, in each of our lives. We are using technology, living together as much as we can to empower each other, like I said, to create an actual home where single mothers and our children can live according to the necessity of being a single mother. And during the call, it became so abundantly clear to me that my personal necessity is to deliver the gold that I've discovered in 31 years of living as a single mother. And I use this term, capital S, capital M, and it includes the time, the 11 years that I spent as a married woman, because during that time, I was a single mother. I did not have a village. It may sound harsh, I did not have a marriage partner. I had a husband, and the literal term husband, as it's used in animal husbandry, is, to be honest and blunt, as a sperm donor. And this man was much more than a sperm donor. He went out and worked hard to make the money to put a roof over our heads and food in our stomachs and to give us means of transportation and communication. And sadly for me, for him, for my 4 children, his 2 daughters, sadly for the lives of the 2 fathers of my eldest sons, we all grew up in patriarchal, capitalist, empirical, colonial, modern culture in which something vitally crucial is missing. And what I see is missing is what single mothers all over the world are literally in university for. And I say that as a play on words, yes. My own story began when I was in university. This was meant to be the halls of higher learning. And I felt so angry and scared because these were not the halls of higher learning. Higher learning was not happening. Learning how to be a machine, a part of a machine in modern culture, was happening. A headstrong, intellectual, just regurgitator of academic knowledge is what was happening in the university setting that I was in. And it was not what I wanted. And I left. And it was a burden. It was a burden to hang this sign around my own neck that said university dropout, misfit, failure. And that those signs that the signs kept on becoming added around my neck by modern culture's values and priorities when I became pregnant by accident. Now I'm irresponsible. Now I'm loose. Now I'm irredeemable. Now I'm an embarrassment to my family. And despite the heaviness of those signs, I took a stand to give birth to the son that the universe had given me and to enter into the true halls of higher learning as a space holder for emotional maturity, energetic growth, mental clarity to emerge in a form of new life. So essentially for 31 years now, I have been in training to be a space holder, to have massive capacity to hold space and skill in order to help another person to navigate through their emotions into their underworld, into their unconscious, where we discover old decisions that they've made that have been driving their behavior and their relationships and their work and their whole lives, driving their personality, really, driving their mind, driving so much from underneath. And then they have the opportunity, the choice to make another decision, so that now, rather than only having this unconscious driver steering their lives, fueling their movements, they also have a conscious choice. So they can choose one or the other, and possibly something else. Once you've made one new decision, the doorway is open. So this is what I have been learning for 31 years. And before that, because as a young girl, as a woman, I naturally, it's like I'm built to hold space for emotions and feelings. And this is what modern culture is missing. And what my observation and my personal experiments have shown me, have made it clear, is that because there is a lack of space holders, skilled, conscious space holders, and a lack of ability in humans to inner navigate our own down through the emotion, layers of emotion, down through first the feelings that we're having that are about the here and now, that are magnified and amplified by the emotions that are underneath, that are about the past. And for the past 20 months, I've been using the distinctions, tools, maps, and processes of possibility management to empower me to become a space holder extraordinaire. And I say this with utmost humility because it has been painful, painful learning, not for the faint of heart. To take the space holding skills that I have, that I developed pretty much on my own as a single mother, and then in 10 years since I pretty much lost my access to my own children because patriarchy had piled so many signs around my neck, and I had allowed this because I didn't know how not to. Sign after sign that said failure, bad mother, bad member of society, poor, mentally ill. And possibility management gave me the tools to take these signs off of my neck one by one by one. And this is a process still happening because the more subtle signs around my neck from before I even dreamt of being a mother came when the people in my life, the people in my village, the very people I relied on to keep me alive and safe and growing, were already, unbeknownst to them, putting signs around my neck that said wrong, bad, too much, not enough. And from very early on in these last 10 years, when I found myself basically a single mother again who'd been kicked out of her family's home, it became impossible for me to have a home in which I could raise my two daughters. This is never how I wanted it to go. But the way that patriarchy is set up, the way that modern culture is set up, it does not consider the necessity of a mother in the child's life. Oh, yes, the legal system will do the right thing. But unless you have the wherewithal, the money, the personal power to go into the legal system and claim and assert your rights as a woman, as a single mother, society does not rally around single mothers unless they have far more wherewithal, far less signs around their energetic necks. And somehow, by some kind of grace, I had enough strength in me to keep myself from completely losing it, completely giving up. It came close on several occasions, but I had enough somehow inner strength to recognize that something entirely different is possible, something different from modern culture. My earliest stirrings of this vision were empowered by this phrase, "It takes a village to raise a child." And it became clear to me that what it takes is not so much about the child as it is about the mother. It takes a village to empower a mother. A mother will always pass her power to her child. That's how a woman is built. It's what mothers do when they are adequately empowered from the village outside themselves and not being undermined from the internalized village, the voices that they grew up with in their own childhood that told them that they weren't enough, that they were doing it wrong or badly, they should be ashamed of themselves, embarrassed, they should do it differently, they should follow modern culture's linear life plan and check the boxes so that they can be a cog in the machine. It is clear to me that this culture, modern culture, is not working. It is not working for single mothers, and it is not working for the single mother of us all, Gaia, the earth. Whether or not you think climate change is a thing or not, whether you think human-caused climate change is a thing or not, it is clear that species are dying at a fast rate that is uncontestable. These species are vital parts of our life support system. As children of Gaia, humans are killing her off, are helping to kill her off. She will not be killed by humans. Just like I, as a single mother, will not be killed by my children, though this has happened in human stories. I will not let that happen. And I believe that the heart that I have as a single mother is kind of morphogenetic, fractal microcosm of the heart of Gaia, of Mother Earth. And the possibility has occurred to me that how we heal the heart of a single mother is very much how we heal the heart of Gaia and how we restore her to her extraordinary potential state of a thriving mother adorned in the blues and greens of the glorious, thriving earth. And so I'm choosing now to begin to more consciously document the story of my own regeneration, because this is really what it is. I became depleted. I became damaged. I became broken. And through using distinctions, tools, maps, and processes that are sourced in radical responsibility, in empowering us to be with what is rather than with stories about what is. This is what I've been experimenting with, and it's working. It's working for me. And it's clear to me that it's working for many, many others with whom I do this kind of work. And again, it is not easy. It is incredibly painful. And yet the cost of not doing it is not a cost I'm willing to pay any longer. I invite you to follow my journey through occasional videos. There are also places where I have already been sharing about different parts of this journey, because it really is my whole life. And this is what is clear to me, that my life is for bringing information and possibilities that empower the regeneration of planet Earth through regenerating the heart of single mothers everywhere. And if you are a single mother, I stand with you. If you are something other than a single mother, I invite you to follow me anyway, to follow this journey anyway, because there's a part of all of us, I think, that is a single mother. This feminine part, this creator in us. And there will be plenty of information and possibility created here for you too. And if that's not enough, I'm sure you either have a mother or know a mother who could use this information. And you bringing it to them in an embodied form is something that is part of this regenerative process. So thank you for watching, and I hope to talk to you again soon.